Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gauranitai Shri Shri Gauranitai Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। सामिद गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायस्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 58, text number 23 and 22 and 23, or 23, 24. 23-24, right. 23-24. tathāvadad guḍākeśo vāsudevāya sopitaṁ ratham āropya tad-vidvān dharma-rājam upāgamat tathāvadad guḍākeśo vāsudevāya sopitaṁ ratham āropya tad-vidvān dharma-rājam upāgamat tathāvadad guḍākeśo vāsudevāya sopitaṁ ratham āropya tad-vidvān dharma-rājam upāgamat. guḍākeśo vāsudevāya sopitaṁ ratham āropya tad-vidvān dharma-rājam upāgamat tathāvadad guḍākeśo vāsudevāya sopitaṁ ratham āropya tad-vidvān dharma-rājam upāgamat tathāvadad guḍākeśo vāsudevāya sopitaṁ ratham āropya tad-vidvān dharma-rājam upāgamat tathāvadad guḍākeśo vāsudevāya sopitaṁ Matajis. tathāvadad guḍākeśo vāsudevāya sopitaṁ Okay. tathāvadad. Okay. Tatha. Thus, avadat said, guḍākeśaḥ, Arjuna, Vāsudevāya, to Lord Kṛṣṇa, saha, he, api, and tam, her, ratham, on his chariot, āropya, taking up, tat, of all this, vidvān, already aware, dharma-rājam, to King Yudhiṣṭhira, upāgamat, he went. Śukadeva Gosvāmī continued, Arjuna repeated all this to Lord Vāsudeva, who was already aware of it. The Lord then took Kālindī onto his chariot and went back to see King Yudhiṣṭhira. We'll read the next sloka also. Yadaiva kṛṣṇaḥ sandiṣṭaḥ pārthānāṁ paramādbutam kārayām nagaraṁ vicitraṁ viśvakarmaṇā. Describing a previous incident, Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, upon the request of the Pandavas, Lord Kṛṣṇa had Viśvakarma build them a most wonderful and amazing city. Purport, Srila Vishwanath Thakur mentions that this city was constructed before the burning of the Khandava forest, hence before the Lord found his bride Kālindī. Om ajnānatimidandhasya jnānanjana shalakaya chakshurmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale स्वयं रूप kada mahyam dadati swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Viśvakarmaṇā He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Adwaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for today's Bhagavatam class and seeking blessings of senior devotees, His Grace Shankdari Prabhu, Dharmatma Prabhu and all others. So we are hearing from Canto 10, Krishna's wonderful pastimes. And here we are hearing the pastimes, like first in 10th canto we have Vrindavan Leela, then Mathura Leela and then Dwarka. This is part of the Dwarka pastimes. And Krishna came to Hastinapur. So when he was in Dwarka, he used to often come to Hastinapur and Indraprastha, which is like the present day Delhi. And one devotee told me once, I heard, there's a state Haryana. So he told the state Haryana is named because Hari ka Ana. So in Hindi they say Ana means coming. So Krishna used to pass by Haryana again and again, that place, while coming from Dwarka to Delhi, this side. That's why the state name is Haryana. So anyway, Krishna used to come often. And because he was so close with the Pandavas, so Pandavas and Krishna, you know that he had such an intimate relationship. And especially with Arjuna, Krishna's best friend. So in this chapter we are hearing that how Krishna came to Indraprastha and he spent very good time. Actually it is said the entire rainy season, that means few months, he spent with the Pandavas. And in this chapter we saw that how Krishna, he came with Arjuna for a hunting outing, just for a picnic kind of going to the forest. And Srila Prabhupada explains that Kshatriyas, they had to practice hunting, not for violence, but why? Because they needed to have practice of seeing blood, because Kshatriyas, violence is necessary to protect dharma. So therefore Kshatriyas, you should sometimes go to the forest, not just for pleasure, but for practicing the art of killing animals, so that when there is a war, they can fight in the war. So that is one of the part of duties of Kshatriyas. So Krishna went with Arjuna to the forest, and we can see in 24th verse it is mentioned that Krishna, Lord Kṛṣṇa told Viśvakarma to make the wonderful and amazing city of Indraprastha. Actually, Bhagavatam is not chronological. Sometimes the incidents are mentioned a little bit here and there. So first, the city was built, and then Krishna went out with Arjuna to Khandava forest. And there, the pastime of meeting Kālindī took place. So this is what is explained by Vishwanath Chaudhary Thakur, that first Krishna had Pandavas, he asked Viśvakarma. You know who is Viśvakarma? The architect of demigods. And he is very famous. He is the one who also constructed Dwarka. In how many years? We are making this new guest house project, right? It will take few years. But in one night, the whole city of Dwarka was made by Viśvakarma. Similarly, Indraprastha also, it's not mentioned exactly one day or how many days, But very, very quickly, Vishwakarma made this wonderful city of Indraprastha, which was even more opulent than Hastinapur. You know that story, that how always Pandavas and Duryodhan, they had always a difference. Duryodhan didn't want to give Hastinapur. So finally they made a crooked plan. They said, okay, let's give them a place called Indraprastha, which is actually barren land. Nothing was growing there. So they said, okay, you take this. But by the mercy of Krishna, the same barren land, it got converted to a beautiful city known as Indraprastha. I was just remembering our Gurukul land, where we have the campus, that was also like that. When we took the land, there was nothing growing there, absolutely barren land. But by Krishna's mercy, anything can happen. So by the mercy of holy name and by Krishna's mercy, as devotees started staying there, so now there's a lot of greenery, beautiful Krishna Balam temple, Gurukul campus, Gaushala. So this is what mercy of Krishna can do. Like Kuntimani says, that just by glance of Krishna, everything becomes auspicious, everything becomes prosperous, green. So that is the power of Krishna's mercy. So that is how Indraprastha became a flourishing city. And then once Krishna went out with Arjuna to the forest, and in the forest, as you must have heard in the previous verses, that Krishna saw, they both saw that a beautiful young girl, she was staying there, and then she was walking nearby, and then Krishna, he sent Arjuna that go and find out who is she. Of course, Krishna knew that she was his eternal consort, Yamuna Devi, Kālindī, but he sent Arjuna that find out who is this young girl. And Kālindī introduced herself in the previous verses, you must have heard, Aham devasya savitur duhita patimicchati Vishnum varenyam varadam tapaha paramam asthita. She said that I am the daughter of, she is the daughter of whom? Sun God. So she introduced herself. This Vedic culture, we introduce ourselves with the name of our father, parents, or a disciple introduces with the spiritual master, like that. So she first began introduction that I am the daughter of Sun God. And I desire to get my husband, and she said, whom do I want as my husband? Lord Vishnu. Very clear. In the first line itself, she told, and that is why I am performing austerities. And then she said, I will not accept anyone else other than him as my husband. So this is what, and then 3 verses introduce herself, and in 22nd verse she says, I am known as Kālindī. Then she told her name. She didn't tell her name in the beginning. First told her father's name, then she told whom she wants to marry, and then she told that she was in austerity, and then in the final verse she said, I am known as Kālindī, and I live in a mansion my father built for me within the water of Yamuna. And there I will stay until I meet Lord Achyuta. So you can see the strong determination that Kālindī had to get Krishna as her husband. And immediately then Arjuna came back and he told Krishna what he heard from Kālindī, and immediately what Krishna did? In today's verse we read that Krishna took Kālindī onto his chariot. So immediately Krishna accepted Kālindī. So of course it is mentioned in short in today's verse. So but we can, we can imagine that how Kālindī must have been so pleased that finally she had darshan of Krishna, and then Krishna accepted her and took her in his chariot and went back to Indraprastha to meet Yudhiṣṭhira. And after that, Krishna went back. It is mentioned in the later verses. One more pastime is there, that how the Maya demon, he was pleased, and then he presented Arjuna with the assembly hall, the famous assembly hall where Duryodhan got perplexed, which is water, which is land. And after that, Krishna took Kālindī to Dwarika, and there the marriage ceremony took place. Right? So just like we have engagement and after some days marriage. So you can see like that in one sense. So Krishna first, of course, accepted Kālindī, and then after some time, when Krishna went back to Dwarka, and then there was a grand marriage ceremony when Krishna married Kālindī. So this chapter talks about Krishna marrying 5 princesses. What is the name? Kālindī, the first one that we heard. And then we have Mitravinda, and then we have description of Satya, the daughter of Nagnajit, and then we have the description of daughter of king of Koshala, whose name was so like that we have a description of 5 princesses who got married to Krishna in this chapter. So it's a wonderful description, and today's verse we saw how Krishna accepted Kālindī. So I just read out the names of, so we have the king of Nagnajit, and then Krishna married Bhadra, and then Lakshmana. So these are the 5 princesses that Krishna married, accepted, which are mentioned in this wonderful chapter. So Kālindī, Mitravinda, Satya, Bhadra and Lakshmana. So there are 8 principal queens of Krishna. And who are the other 3? Rukmini, Jambavati and Satyabhama. So these are the 8 names. Just like we have Ashtashakhis, the main 8 Sakhis of Krishna, Lalita, Vishakha, Indulekha, Chitralekha, like that. So we have 8 principal queens of Krishna. So Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jambavati, and then Kālindī, and Satya, and then Bhadra, and Mitravinda, and Lakshmana. I also don't remember, but it's good to remember these wonderful names. Names of the 8 principal gopis of Krishna, the 8 principal queens of Krishna. And then in the next chapter we'll see that Krishna married 16,100 wives who were kidnapped by Narakasur. That is how Krishna in total married 16,108 wives. That is Krishna's opulence. The Prabhupada used to often say that this is Krishna. Ordinary man in this world is difficult to maintain even one wife these days, it's so difficult. And Krishna maintained 16,108 wives. And Prabhupada says, what about 16,000? Krishna can maintain 16 million wives also. And he made separate palace for all of them, and Krishna expanded himself. So all this opulence of Krishna we know. And today, let's discuss some of the glories of Kālindī. Because in today's verse, Krishna, he accepts Kālindī as his consort. So what is the word Kālindī? The word Kālindī comes from Kālinda. So she is considered, Yamuna is considered daughter of Kālinda mountains. Just like Vāsudeva, his son we say Vāsudeva. So Kālinda, from there the name comes Kālindī, the daughter of mountain Kālinda. So just like Ganga, she is descending. How she comes to this earth? From the pastime of Vamandev, when he extended his lotus feet and he pierced the outer coverings of the universe, the water from Garbhada Ocean, Karnataka Ocean came, washed his lotus feet, and that is how Mother Ganga appeared. And there is a whole description in Bhagavatam that how Brahmaji, he took his kamandal and filled the Charnamrit. Like these days also, what happens after Abhishek? All the pujaris, they take their bottles and fill up Charnamrit. So this is coming in the parampara system. So Brahmaji also took the kamandal and immediately filled up the Charnamrit, which washed the lotus feet of Vamandev, that Charnamrit. And that is Ganga. And then the sages took it, and then in the 5th canto is mentioned that how the Ganga water finally came to Dhruvaloka and different planets. And then, but it didn't come to earthly planet. So who prayed for Ganga to come to earth? Bhagirath. You know the story that Bhagirath Maharaj prayed, and then Ganga came, and it came with such a force that, and then Lord Shiva accepted Ganga on his head, and therefore he was known as Gangadhar. He is known as Gangadhar. So similarly, Yamuna also is coming from the spiritual world. It's not ordinary water. So once, I'll just begin with this pastime that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he took sannyas, where he took sannyas? Katwa. In which year? 1510. He was 24 years, and the year was 1510 AD, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in 1486, and when he was 24-year-old, he took sannyas. That is 1510. And after sannyas, Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy. He wanted to go to Vrindavan. He didn't even eat. He was in ecstasy. I want to go to Vrindavan. He was intoxicated. He was just chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So then Nityananda Prabhu thought about a plan. He thought that all the devotees in Navadvip, they're so much in distress because of Mahaprabhu's separation. If Mahaprabhu will not go back to Navadvip, they all will give up their lives. So Nityananda Prabhu, he devised a plan. What he did? He told some cowherd boys that if one sannyasi comes and if he asks you the way to Yamuna, way to Vrindavan, you show him the way to Ganga. And that's what the cowherd boys did. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, when Mahaprabhu asked that where is Vrindavan? And then the cowherd boys showed the wrong direction. And then, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy, and then he asked Nityananda Prabhu, where are we going? Nityananda Prabhu said, we are going to Vrindavan. And then Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda Prabhu, how far is Vrindavan? Then what Nityananda Prabhu said? Prabhu kahe kato dure ache Vrindavan, teho kahe na kare Yamuna darshan. So Nityananda Prabhu said, we already reached Vrindavan. Look, here is Yamuna. Eto boli anilo tare Ganga sannidhane, avesha prabhu rohila Gangar Yamuna gyane. Saying this, Nityananda Prabhu took Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu near the Ganges. And the Lord, in his ecstasy, accepted the river Ganges as the river Yamuna. Because Mahaprabhu thought he came to Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, what is the main thing? Yamuna. Then what Mahaprabhu said, please listen carefully. Oho bhagya Yamunara pailu darshan, eto boli Yamunara kare nastavan. The Lord said, oh, what good fortune! Now I have seen the river Yamuna. Thus thinking the Ganges to be the river Yamuna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to offer prayers to it. And Mahaprabhu offers a beautiful prayer to Yamuna, which devotees can remember. It's from Padma Puran. You can please repeat after me if you can. Chidananda Bhano Sadananda Suno Para Prema Patri Drava Brahma Gatri Aghanam Lavitri Jagakshema Dhatri Pavitri Kriyano Vapur Mitra Putri. The translation of this beautiful verse is chanted from the lotus lips of mouth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. This is, O river Yamuna, you are the blissful spiritual water that gives love to the son of Nanda Maharaj. What Yamuna Maharani gives us? Para Prema Patri. She gives us Prema. For whom? Nanda Suna, for Krishna. You are the same as the water of the spiritual world. Good. We have this verse displayed also. Thank you. I think you displayed. Nice. You can see the translation. O river Yamuna, you are the blissful spiritual water that gives love to the son of Nanda Maharaj. You are the same as the water of the spiritual world. Brahma Gati. It's not ordinary water. It's Drava Brahma Gatri. Is water from the spiritual world. Brahman in the liquid form. It is said that Ganga and Yamuna, they are Brahman in liquid form, or not ordinary thing of this world. And you can vanquish all our offenses and sinful reactions incurred in life. Aghanam. Agha means, Aghasur. Krishna killed Aghasur. So Agha means sin. So Aghanam Lavitri. So what Yamuna does? She destroys all our sins. Aghanam Lavitri. Jagakshema Dhatri. She gives auspiciousness for the entire world. Jagat means the world. Kshema Dhatri. Pavitri Kriyat. Kindly purify. Pavitra means purifying, right? Say, peace, purify me. And in the last, it said, Mitra Putri. Mitra is another name of sun god. Devotees, sometimes we do Surya Namaskar. Before that we say Om Surya Nama, Mitra Nama, like that. So Mitra is the name of sun god. So therefore Yamuna Mahari's another name is Mitra Putri, the daughter of sun god. So in this way, we can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified Yamuna with such a beautiful verse. So both Ganga and Yamuna are very special, powerful. But here we see something little difference. That Ganga can also purify us of all our sinful activities, and Yamuna can also do that. But what is mentioned here, that Yamuna can also give us love for Krishna. That is mentioned here. Nanda Suna Para Prema Patri. She can give us love for Krishna. That is the power of Yamuna Maharani. Once, you must have heard this pastime, there was a discussion in the court of Akbar the Great. So Akbar, although among all the Mughals, all others were so, so merciless, violent and criminal. But Akbar was little better. He didn't do much harm. He was respectful for all religions. So Akbar, he had some interactions with the 6 Goswamis also. Because he was during the same time, 16th century. He was emperor. And his capital was in Agra, which is not very far from Vrindavan. It is said that he also had darshan of Rupa Goswami. Once he came for darshan of Haridas. Swami Haridas was the guru of Tansen. Tansen was a famous musician in the court of Akbar. So once Akbar was fascinated that, oh Tansen, you are such a nice singer. There can be no singer better than you. Then Tansen said, I am nothing compared to my guru Haridas. He said, I call your guru here. Then he said, my guru doesn't come here. He sings only for the emperor of the entire world, Krishna, not for ordinary emperors like you. So Akbar said, okay, I will go to Vrindavan. So Akbar came to Vrindavan in disguised form. He heard the beautiful narration, music from Haridas, Swami Haridas, the guru of Tansen. And then Akbar was completely amazed that beautiful song. Swami Haridas was a saint who actually made Banke Bihari appeared, very famous in Vrindavan. So similarly, Akbar, he had a lot of respect for Vaishnavas. Once in his court, there was a debate, some discussion was going on, that which is greater, Yamuna or Ganga. And many scholars came, there was a lot of discussions going on. And then Akbar thought, let's invite Jiva Goswami. Because he had heard that Jiva Goswami was the most learned scholar during that time. He studied from Varanasi, he was amazing scholar, So he was renowned as the most brilliant scholar in those days. So Akbar invited Jiva Goswami. Imagine today if the Prime Minister of the country, today of course is election day counting. So imagine the Prime Minister of India calls some saint to his office, to the parliament and says, there's a discussion, you participate. Now, they'll be very happy, okay, I'm getting a chance. But Jiva Goswami said, no, I can't leave Braj. That's my vow. So Akbar, he arranged in those days a special chariot and a horse. Very fast. So Akbar said, don't worry, same day you can come from Vrindavan to Agra, and after the debate, and you can go back to Vrindavan. Then finally Jiva Goswami agreed. So he came from Vrindavan to Agra. Now also I think how many kilometers? 60, 70 kilometers. So he went by chariot. And he reached the court of Akbar, and there was a discussion. So first, Jiva Goswami, he glorified Ganga, that how Ganga is so great. Coming from the lotus feet of Krishna, can purify all the 3 worlds, can remove all the sins. Like that he kept on glorifying Ganga. And then he said that when the same Ganga, it becomes 100 times purified, it becomes Yamuna. He quoted from Puranas. Srila Prabhupada also mentioned in his first canto, 19th chapter, he quotes, he writes that Yamuna is, although Ganga is also very special, but Yamuna is 100 times more powerful than Ganga. And then he said that Ganga just touched once the lotus feet of Krishna when he came in the form of Vamana, but Krishna so many times, he not only his feet, he dipped himself in the water of Yamuna. So many pastimes Krishna did in Yamuna, right? Right from the first time. Who was the first devotee to touch Krishna's lotus feet? Yes? Yes, Yamuna Maharani. She was the first devotee because when Krishna appeared in Mathura and then Vāsudeva was carrying Krishna on his head, on his basket, and when he was crossing Yamuna, what happened? Yamuna started rising. Vāsudeva got frightened. What is this? And Yamuna touched the lotus feet of Krishna and then she went down. She was the first devotee who touched the lotus feet of Krishna. And then later when Krishna grew up, I don't know how many times, maybe thousands of times he must have taken bath in Yamuna and then had so many wonderful pastimes with his cowherd boys, and later with the gopis. He had Rasa Leela on the bank of Yamuna, and then after Rasa Leela, he took bath he had water pastimes in Yamuna. The whole Kaliya pastime happened in Yamuna. So endless number of pastimes. Therefore we sing Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Srila Prabhupada was so fond of this song. Before every class we used to sing this Jaya Radha Madhava, because Srila Prabhupada said once in Gorakhpur that he went into ecstasy while singing this song. He said the entire Vrindavan is there in this song. Jaya Radha Madhav, Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Ballava, Girivaradhari, Govardhan is there, Yamuna, the cowherd boys, the gopis, Yashoda Maiya. So everybody is covered in this small song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And therefore Srila Prabhupada every day used to sing this song before Bhagavatam class, and we are continuing with the same tradition in ISKCON. So many wonderful Vaishnava songs we have mention of Yamuna Maharani, right? We can go on and on. Kadachit Kālindī tata Vipina Sangita Karavo Jagannathashtakam starts with Kadachit Kālindī tata. So the moment we talk of Vrindavan, we cannot separate Yamuna from it. In fact, it is said that when Krishna wanted to come to this material world to perform his pastimes, it is mentioned in Garga Samhita that Krishna told Radharani, "Oh Radha, let's go here. I want to perform my pastimes and deliver everyone by coming to earth." And what Radharani said, this is a nice verse from Garga Samhita. Radharani says, Garga Samhita 1.3.20.32, Shri Radhika Vacha, Yatra Vrindavanam Nasti, Yatra no Yamuna Nadi, Yatra Govardhano Nasti, Tatra Meve Manaha Sukham. Very simple shloka. He says, Yatra Vrindavanam Nasti. Radharani is saying, where there is no Vrindavan, Yatra no Yamuna Nadi, where there is no Yamuna Nadi, there is no river Yamuna. Yatra Govardhano Nasti, where there is no Govardhan, then how can I be happy here? That means Radharani is saying, Krishna, oh Krishna, I want to come, but if these three things are not there, I will not come. That's what Radharani is saying indirectly to Krishna. Okay, I will come, but one condition, these three things should be there. Which three things? Vrindavan, Yamuna and Govardhan. And then Krishna said, don't worry, all these three things have already gone to earth. So before Krishna came to this world, Krishna already made these three things descend to this world. These three things? Govardhan, Yamuna and Vrindavan. And then Radharani said, was very happy, said, okay, I will come now. So you can see that how these three things are so dear to Srimati Radharani. She can never leave these three things, Vrindavan, Yamuna and Govardhan. Therefore in Bhagavatam 10th canto, in the Venu Geet, the description of glorification of Govardhan is done by Radharani herself. Hantaya madra abla hridasa varyo yan ram krishna charana sparsha pramodah manam tanoti sahago ganayortayoryat pani yasuyavasa kandara kandamulai. This famous verse of Bhagavatam which describes the glories of Govardhan. O Govardhan, Haridasa Varya, the greatest of all devotees of Krishna. You become enlivened by the touch of the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram. You serve the cows by giving wonderful grass and caves and fruits and water. This verse was spoken by Srimati Radharani in glorification of Govardhan. So you can see that Yamuna, Govardhan and Vrindavan, these three things are so dear to Srimati Radharani. And it is said in Vrindavan also, it is said that the 5 things can give us Krishna Prem. That's what I have heard in few lectures. What are they? Yamuna, Govardhan, the dust of Vrindavan, Tulsi Maharani and Gopeshwar Mahadev. So these things are so special in Vrindavan. So Yamuna has such an important place in Krishna's pastimes. You know, we can't, most of the pastimes of Krishna you will see, they took place either in Govardhan or on the banks of Yamuna. That is how these two places are so dear to Krishna, Radharani. And of course, because they are dear to Radha and Krishna, they are also dear to all the devotees and all our acharyas. So Radha Damodar also on the bank of Yamuna, Srila Prabhupada chose to stay there so many years before he went to America. Right? So Yamuna Maharani, of course, one can go on speaking the glories of Yamuna Maharani. So this is how she is directly coming from the spiritual world. She is already there in Golok Vrindavan eternally. And when Krishna comes to perform pastimes here, the same river descends here. So Yamuna also takes avatar. Just like Krishna takes avatar, Yamuna Maharani also avatar. She descends from the spiritual world, from Golok Vrindavan to this material world. So she assists in Krishna's pastimes, and after that what she is doing? She is serving Krishna by giving Krishna Prem, by purifying all the devotees who come to take bath or just have darshan of Yamuna. It is said even someone has darshan of Yamuna or simply remembers Yamuna Maharani, one gets purified. That is why Srila Prabhupada, in our Prema Dhvani, every day what we say? Ganga Maiya ki jai, Yamuna Maiya ki jai. So Srila Prabhupada added in the Prema Dhvani. So at least every day we'll chant the name of Yamuna. We'll remember Yamuna Maharani. Just by remembering Yamuna Maharani, we get so much benefit. Aghanam lavitri, all our sins are destroyed. Para prema gatri, we get Krishna Prem by the mercy of Yamuna Maharani. So, she is the daughter of, she came in this world, so she is in two forms. In one form as a river, another form as a personality, as the queen of Krishna. Right? And as the queen of Krishna, she took birth from sun god. And the wife of sun god, his name is Sandhya. So, sun god and his wife Sandhya, so they gave to two children. So one is Yamuna, and who is the other one? Yamaraj. We all are familiar with Yamaraj, at least me. I don't know how many times I must have gone to the Shani Maharaj also. Acha, I didn't know that. Acha, three children. Two sons, one daughter. Okay, I'm not sure. Prabhuji is saying sun god has two sons and one daughter, but at least now we'll talk about the famous brother and sister. On one hand we have Yamaraj, who is like terror, who just punishes people. But the same Yamaraj, his sister is Yamuna. So once Yamuna, brother and sister, right? So they were talking intimately. So Yamuna Maharani told, oh my brother. So once Yamaraj said, my dear sister, ask any boon from me, I'll give you. So what Yamuna Maharani said? That my dear brother, I ask one benediction from you. Anyone who takes bath in my river, you please don't punish them. So this is the benediction asked by Yamuna Maharani. So therefore, in Vishram Ghat, in Mathura, how many of you have seen this temple, Yam Yami? Not many devotees. I have had darshan 2-3 times. Of course, Saran Thakur has seen. Please sometimes have darshan, Yam Yami temple. Very beautiful temple. Like in the black form, you have Yamaraj, and black form, Yamuna Maharani. Small temple, and Yam Yami temple. Just like we have Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, brother and sister. I think it's the only second temple where we have brother and sister together being worshipped. Yam Yami Mandir. And it is said that in the month of Kartik we have Diwali festival. The next day after Diwali is what? Govardhan Puja. So Diwali is Amavasya, after that is Govardhan Puja. And then the next day is Dvitiya Tithi. Amavasya, Prathama, Pratipada and Dvitiya. So the day after Amavasya, the day after Diwali is Govardhan Puja. The second day is called Bhai Dooj. Some of the people in India, they know about it. In North India especially, it's a big festival where the brothers go to sisters' home. And sister, she feeds nice prasad and like that, It's like a festival to honor brother and sisters. It's like Raksha Bandhan. But Raksha Bandhan is not mentioned in scriptures. But Bhai Dooj is mentioned in scriptures also. It's a more authentic festival. So, on the day of this Bhatri Dvijaya or Bhai Dooj they say, it is said that those who have darshan of Yam Yami and take bath in Yamuna together, brother and sister, they will never go to the abode of Yamaraj. So, if possible, you can go. I think I heard from Dinabandhu Prabhu also once. He also told this. So, it's a very famous thing in Braj that now also on that day, there are thousands of devotees take bath in Yamuna. On the day of, please remember, in the month of Kartik, Bhai Dooj. 2 days after Diwali, the day after Govardhan Puja. Okay, of course, for devotees, we'll never have darshan of Yamaraj. But just in case to be doubly sure, we can always do that. Have darshan of Yam Yami Mandir. So this is the glories of Yamuna Maharani. that out of compassion, just like Krishna comes to this world to deliver the fallen souls, Yamuna Maharani has come to deliver the conditioned souls by her darshan, by touching her waters. So in this way, Jiva Goswami, he convinced in that debate that how Yamuna is, the position of Yamuna is higher. Very simple logic he gave, that Ganga is Dasi, the maid servant of Krishna, but Yamuna Maharani is Patarani, the queen of Krishna. So now, obviously in a house, who has a higher position? Dasi or a queen? Queen. So she's the queen of Krishna. In that way, of course, materially speaking, we shouldn't distinguish, both are exalted, but still, as devotees of Krishna, we know that Yamuna Mani's position is more glorious than Ganga. So devotees sometimes say in lecture, so Ganga was little dissatisfied. Oh, Krishna did all pastimes in Yamuna river, not in Ganga. So then when Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did all pastimes in the river Ganga. So he also pleased Ganga. Actually, Ganga and Yamuna become one after Prayag. You know, at Prayag what happens? Ganga and Yamuna, they join together. So Mahaprabhu, he had his pastimes in Ganga and Yamuna both. Because although the name is Ganga, but that has water of Ganga and Yamuna both. So therefore in this pastime, so what happens when Mahaprabhu, he comes to Ganga, thinking it's Yamuna, and Mahaprabhu offers prayers to Yamuna, and then after reciting this mantra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered obeisances and took his bath in the Ganga. Eto boli namaskari koilo Ganga snan, eka kupina nahi dvitiya paridhan. At that time, he had only one piece of underwear and there was no second garment, because Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he had no extra clothes. He just came directly, walked and came to Ganga, thought it's Yamuna, took bath. So that time what happened? Hena kale acharya gosai naukate chadhiya, ailo nutana kopina bahirva salaya. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was standing there without a second garment, Sri Adwaita Acharya arrived in a boat, bringing with him new underwear and external garments. So Adwaita Acharya came in a boat and brought fresh clothes for Mahaprabhu. Age Acharya asi rahila namaskara kari, Acharya dekhi boli Prabhu mane samshaya kari. When Adwaita Acharya arrived, he stood before the Lord and offered his obeisances. After seeing him, the Lord began to wonder about the entire situation. Then doubt came in the mind of Mahaprabhu. What is this? How Adwaita Acharya is here? Tumi to Acharya Gosai etha ke na ailo, ami Vrindavane tumi kimote janilo. So what Mahaprabhu told? Still in his ecstasy, the Lord asked Adwaita Acharya, why did you come here? How did you know that I was in Vrindavan? So you can see here, right? Adwaita Acharya is, so Mahaprabhu is asking Advaita, that how you came here? I am in Vrindavan. Acharya kahe tumi yahan se Vrindavan, moro bhagye Ganga tire tomara agaman. Adwaita Acharya disclosing the whole situation, telling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. Now it is my great fortune that you have come to the bank of Ganga. So Adwaita Acharya told, this is Ganga, but don't worry, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, Nityananda has cheated me. He has brought me to the bank of Ganges and told me that it was Yamuna. Prabhu kahe Nityananda amare vanchila, Ganga ke aniya more Yamuna kahila. Nityananda is a cheater. He brought me to Ganga and told me that is Yamuna. But then Adwaita Acharya said, whatever Nityananda told you is not false, because Ganga and Yamuna, they mix together at Prayag. So Yamuna is in the eastern side, or the western side was Yamuna. So if you see Ganga and Yamuna, western side is Yamuna. So Adwaita Acharya is saying, don't worry, you took bath on the western side, so western side of Ganga is Yamuna. So therefore Nityananda is not wrong, this is Yamuna. And then Mahaprabhu, he wore his new garments, and then where he went? To Adwaita Acharya's house. We know that pastime. Eka dina shanti pure Prabhu Advaitara ghare, dui Prabhu bhojane basila. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, they both went to the house of Adwaita Acharya, and Adwaita Acharya fed them nice prasad, and there was a festival for so many days at the house of Adwaita Acharya. So in this way, we can see the glories of Yamuna Maharani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself offered such beautiful prayers to Yamuna Maharani, and the whole scriptures are filled with so many wonderful prayers for Yamuna Maharani. And there are so many Yamuna Ashtakam written by Rupa Goswami, there's Yamuna Ashtakam written by Acharya. Like that, there's so many wonderful prayers written by so many Acharyas for Yamuna Maharani. So let us remember Yamuna Maharani and pay obeisances to her. As we heard that how Radharani herself, she told Krishna that if there is no Yamuna, there is no Govardhan, there is no Vrindavan, then I will not feel happy. So that means, so imagine the position of Yamuna Maharani. She is the most dear servant of Krishna, the queen of Krishna, serving Krishna eternally in Golok Vrindavan. And also here, Yamuna Maharani is delivering so many fallen souls like us. If you can take shelter of Yamuna Maharani, go and have darshan of Yamuna, take ashman and pray to Yamuna Maharani for giving us Krishna Prem, for accepting us. And therefore the Vaishnavas also desire that in our end time, if we can be, our last rites can be done on the bank of Yamuna. It's very, very special. Our Sarang Thakur Prabhu is there. So many Vaishnavas, he does this service of taking them at the last time to the bank of Yamuna. That's very, very special. So maybe, Krishna may be merciful that we can also have our final rites on the bank of Yamuna and maybe eternally take shelter of Yamuna Maharani, who is the giver of Krishna Prem. Yamuna Maiya ki jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Any questions or comments? Shangdari Prabhu was supposed to give the class, but some, I don't know, last minute, Dharmata Prabhu told me. So Prabhuji, please, any comments? The glories of Kālindī, Yamuna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. You have very nicely compiled all the details. And once I remember some 20 years back, I saw one place where Balram pulled Yamuna.
Yes.
Brought that because he didn't cooperate for the pastimes.
Yes, yes.
And I don't remember that. Can you tell little about that?
No, Prabhuji knows. He just wants me to repeat this pastime. It's a wonderful pastime again in Srimad Bhagavatam. So just like Krishna had his Rasa Leela on the bank of Yamuna, so once Balaramji also came to Vrindavan. This after many years, Krishna went to Dwarika, he never came back to Vrindavan. So Balaramji said, let me go to Vrindavan, you are not going, the Brajvasis are remembering you so much. Okay, I will go. So Balaramji came here and he came in the month of Chaitra, in the summer season. We had Balram Rasa Purnima 1 month back, Chaitra Purnima. So Balaramji came and stayed for 2 months in Vrindavan and he had a Rasa Leela with his gopis. So his gopis are different from Krishna's gopis. So after having his Rasa Leela, so Balramji also wanted to take bath in Yamuna, but he was a little far from Yamuna. So he ordered Yamuna that you please come here, close to me. But Yamuna Maharani somehow she thought that, Balramji has taken Varuni, he's intoxicated, let me not take his word seriously. So Yamuna didn't come. And immediately Balramji became angry. What? You're not listening to my order? And immediately took his plow, this famous hull Balramji took, and he pulled Yamuna, and actually he divided Yamuna into 100 streams. And actually I have not gone to that place. Once I should go. It's called Ramaghat. It's not very far. How many of you have gone there? Asha, some devotees have gone there. So I have not gone. I have to go there once. Yami temple I have gone. But this Ramaghat I have not gone. So in that famous song we have, right? Jaya Ramaghata Jaya Rohini Nandana Jaya Jaya. Then? No. Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasidojana. And the same song we also have about Yamuna. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana. Please sing. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana. Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana. Kālindī Yamuna Jaya 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 Mahavana. Keshi Ghat Vanshi Vata Dvadasha Kanana. Jaha sab leela koilo Shri Nanda Nandana. So in this song also you can say Kālindī Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan. So in this way so many Vaishnava songs we have glorification of Kālindī and Yamuna Maharani. So this also Balramji had his pastime also connected to Yamuna Maharani. So now also it is said that Yamuna has branched himself into many parts. If you go to that place, Rama Ghat, we can see that. It's very broad also Yamuna ji there. Yeah, so Prabhuji is our Vrindavan guide. So Sei Gaon. So how do we reach there? Sei Gaon. What's the route? Where do we have to go? Sei Gaon. Okay, Sei Gaon. It's near Sei Gaon, that place. Rama Ghat. Hare Krishna. And also remember Yam Yami Ghat. Yam Yami temple. Please go there also sometimes. Where Yamaraj and her brother, and his sister, Yamuna Maharani. Hare Krishna. Yamuna Maharani ki jai. Śrīmad Bhagavatam ki jai. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.